Right everyone, today we're going to learn how to make the best steak sandwich in the world, which is of course subject to opinion and you might find it's not so nice, but to me it's the best. So you need a steak obviously, salad, parsley, French mustard, mayonnaise for the sauce and lemon, a roll but not a crusty roll, more about that later. So I chose rump steak just because it's nice. So chop up the parsley. This is going to be part of the sandwich sauce, which mainly consists of mayonnaise, parsley, as you see, a bit of lemon, olive oil and salt and pepper. So roughly chopped is fine. So depending how many sandwiches you're making, I'm just using a little bit because it's just me. Bit of olive oil, not too much, squirt of lemon, a little bit of salt and pepper. Mix it all in, but try not to forget the wholegrain mustard, which I almost did, so just add that in. And it should look a little something like that. So I went the extra mile and chopped up some cucumbers, onions and tomato. It's completely optional, but I quite like it. And mix of your salad. So I also went and made some salad dressings. I got a whole bag of salad which I need to finish. This you really don't need this for the sandwich at all, but it's a very amazing dressing. It's just olive oil, lemon, salt, pepper and whole grain mustard again. A very generous amount of salt, might I add, and a less generous amount of pepper, depending on how bad your pepper mill is. And it looks a little something like that. So a high temperature, as everyone knows, is needed, and you need a high temperature oil such as rapeseed, which I have here, not olive oil. So chuck that in your pan, add your rolls. Oh no. But try not to throw the roll into the fire if it's a gas oven, obviously. But now will be a good time to treat yourself to a nice, delicious, hoppy, craft American Pale Ale. So, I tried to make a shot where I chucked the steak in, but kind of failed because I didn't have the camera rolling, and I used a different steak and kind of gave up at this point and lived with it. So, you want to chop your steaks into chunks. You don't want to put a whole steak in a roll because when people bite into it, they'll kind of struggle to tear it apart. So I normally like to cut them into little pieces, and then with those pieces there, which is a bit out of focus, do apologise, is cut them in half again, so you've got thinner slices, and that stacks up really well. You've got the nice cooked side, and then the sort of rare bit on the other, and it just tastes really nice, I think. Fucking hell, that's hot. So, using a crusty roll in an oven was a huge mistake because it gets even crustier. As you can see, little bits are flying out here, but especially when you take a bite, like little bits of crumbs just fly everywhere. You'll definitely have to get the hoover out and hoover up your carpets. So, anyway, with the sauce, you don't want it too much, just a little bit because it can be a bit rich, and that's all there is to it. Just chuck in your meat and then the lettuce afterwards, and you've got yourself a rather delicious steak sandwich, if I dare say so myself. Right, well, the last optional thing you can do is add a little bit of that salad dressing you made earlier. Makes the leaves a bit less dry. Of course, it's completely optional. The sandwich will still be delicious without it. And there we have the best steak sandwich in the world. Well, minus the horrible crusty roll. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.